Hey guys, over the past few weeks I noticed that there haven't really been any new updates for Paladins going on in the PTR for patch 7.3, so I've been browsing forums and news sites and decided to address an issue that a lot of people seem to be asking. Should Holy Paladins be included in the spell animation update for patch 7.3? Well, as you guys know, Blizzard recently announced that they'll be updating the combat animations for several casting classes, including priests, mages, resto and elemental shamans, and some refinements to resto druids as well. Now, this isn't to say that we won't ever receive an update, but it doesn't look like we will in the immediate future. So, I thought it would be a good opportunity to take a look at the bread and butter of Holy Paladin spells in slow motion and from a few different angles and see just what they look like and if they could use an update. Light of Dawn. I love the spell animation for Light of Dawn. It's a frontal cone of holy beams of light, and after you cast it, your hands glow with light for a few seconds afterwards. The beams even rotate in a clockwise motion, and while the cone of light beams are cast, there are smaller swirls of light emanating from the middle, casting outward. Overall, I really like the spell animation for Light of Dawn, and I don't feel an urgent need for it to be updated. Holy Shock. I was surprised when I took a closer look at Holy Shock that it has a lingering spell effect where a beam of light hovers through your character. Not only that, but when you cast it, an explosion of holy rings appear to be composed of ancient characters that fly out from your body as your hands glow golden, including one above your head that resembles a halo. In slow motion, I think this looks really neat. What do you guys think about this spell animation? Flash of Light and Holy Light are the exact same spell animation and aren't too exciting. Out of all of the spells I've highlighted in this video, these two would be my first pick for updates. I think they've had this similar spell animation for years now, and it's about time for an update. But what kind of change do you think could be added to Flash and Holy Light to make them more interesting? Right now, your hands glow with Holy Light as you cast the heal, and after it lands there's a slight explosion of Holy Light and sparkly light. I think having an area of holy ground light up underneath your feet, maybe something like an ancient character or tome, while casting, would be a cool start, as well as a bit more jazzy burst of holy explosion after the cast finishes. Beacon of Light has a very interesting spell animation. As you first cast it, it looks as if you are pulling beams of light and circles of ancient characters in towards you, and then they immediately explode back out with a burst of holy light and a really neat feathery animation on the ground right below you. I never actually took the time to pay attention to this spell animation, so I was pleasantly surprised at how cool I think it looks in slow motion. Light of the Martyr is a relatively new spell, so I doubt they would update it anytime soon, and I don't see much reason to. It's a red explosion that almost looks bloody to emulate the damage that you take from casting it. I think it looks great in slow motion as a holy burst of light and red, and as you cast it, you reach down with your arm outstretched and pull it back upwards towards you, as if you were signaling to say, yes, here's the heal and I accept the damage I take from it. At least that's my interpretation of it. Tyr's Deliverance isn't that exciting at all. You simply lift your weapon into the air while it's being cast, with a burst of holy light underneath the weapon as it's being raised. After it lands, there's a pause, and then you have streaky bursts of holy light emanate out of you for the duration of the heal. I can really see Blizzard making some flashy changes to this spell. It's pretty basic right now, and not too dissimilar from Flash and Holy Light. What do you guys think would make this spell more flashy? Those are the 6 spells that I chose to highlight in this video. If you enjoyed this style of video, I'd be more than happy to do this with 6 other Holy, Retribution, or Protection Paladin spells at a time. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I had fun making this video, and it made me more aware of spell animations that I hadn't paid attention to in the past. Thanks for tuning in, and if you have comments or suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. As always, thanks for tuning in, and if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, but more importantly, you can subscribe to my channel to show some support and see whenever I upload new videos or live stream. Thanks guys, and have a nice day.